playing time, and they have a chance to step up tonight.
You know, that's what the G League is all about. It's all about opportunities and being ready when your number is called. These guys have put the work in, and now it's their time to shine.
Take a look at our starting lineups for tonight. For the South Bay Lakers, Shaq Harrison, Bryce Hamilton coming back to Vegas. He's the former UNLV star. LJ Figueroa, Jay Huff. He led the way for South Bay on Monday in the win. 24 points, 6 rebounds. He did foul out in the game. Devin Kennedy rounding out the starting 5. For your NBA G League Ignite, Cameron Young, Mojave King, he is the prospect out of Australia. Leonard Miller, he is the prospect out of Canada. Eric Mika, he's the enforcer. And Sidi Sissoko, he is your prospect out of Paris, France. Ignite coming out wearing the home black. The Lakers coming out wearing the road gold. Our officials tonight, Angel Kent, Shalisa Painter, Jeff Wooten. We are getting set to tap it up here inside the Dollar Loan Arena. And the South Bay Lakers have won the tip. Kennedy, they want him to be more aggressive, and he nails his first 3 of the game to give the Lakers a 3-0 lead.
You know, what a difficult shot. Coming off that down screen with that really good footwork, and the defense was on the tip. Really good shot.
First possession for Ignite. Sidi Sissoko will find Young. Pump fake. Elbow jumper, and he nails it. That's what we like to see. Both teams hitting their first shot.
Absolutely. That was textbook. I actually came to shoot around, and Coach Hart had those guys working on that specific play.
So this is game 2 of this 2-game series as King is called for the reach-in foul. As a coach, how do you approach the second game when you've already played this team just 2 days ago?
You know, especially after a loss as a coach, it's time for us to move on. We watch video, we see where we can improve on, and we just focus on what's next.
Harrison getting downhill with the Euro. Figueroa, that is blocked and tipped out of bounds. So Ignite digging in defensively to get the turnover.
What a heck of a block. He covered so much ground from the paint to the air in fantastic block.
As a reminder, no Scoot Henderson. He is out tonight again. This is his 7th game he is missing for Ignite. They have lost the last 6 games. He has not been in the lineup. Mika in the paint. Can't get his shot to go. Huff being aggressive. The 7'1" center rolling off the rim. But LJ Figueroa is there for the tip-in.
You know, part of the development is these young guys not watching the action, right? Know your job, do your job. That's an easy offensive rebound that the Ignite failed to get.
Young going hard. He'll be fouled by Figueroa. South Bay Lakers come in here, one of the hottest teams in the league right now, winners of 6 in a row. And if you're new to the G League, they shoot 1 free throw outside of the final 2 minutes. So that was 1 free throw good for 2 points. As the Lakers have a 1-point lead here early on. Figueroa lost his defender, can't get the floater.
Great pistol action right there. I love the pace from Shaquille Harrison. He passed the ball, spraying off, and it was an easy fake and easy keep.
Young using the Mika screen will rise up and rattles in a 3. Ignite with their first lead of the ball game.
The one thing that doesn't show on the scoreboard or the stats is that great screen by Eric Mika. He was wide open because Mika, he did his job effectively.
Harrison, he used the screen from Jay Huff. Both big men freeing up the guards, and the hot shooting is continuing here early on. How nice is it to be able to play with big men who are willing to set screens?
Man, that is a lost art, believe it or not. And both bigs on both sides, they're taking pride in making that contact.
Cameron Young is being aggressive early on, gets his shot to go, plus the foul. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the floor. He's got 9, and he's looking to get the 3-point play. So for Figueroa, that is his second personal foul as Young goes to the line. You know, Ty, we talked about who's going to step up with Scoot Henderson out and early. You see Cameron Young, early 10 points for Ignite.
You know, I think it's a collective effort. Right now, Cameron Young is playing phenomenal, but the second quarter, it'll be somebody else's turn. And that's what a good team does. Everybody does a little bit more.
Jay Huff has the mismatch, but runs over Cameron Young, called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, typically the referees won't let him do it twice. It was one bump. The guard took it, but the second one, Young positioned himself to get that easy charge.
So Max Christie checking in for the first time for the Lakers. He is the 35th overall pick out of Michigan State. Did not play on Monday, was not with the team, but he is making his appearance tonight. He's on Sunday. Miller called for it, poked away inside, stays with Ignite. 8 on the shot clock.
I think it's a huge misconception that if a guard is guarding the big in the post, that it's an automatic mismatch. If he's off the block, the mismatch is over. The mismatch becomes on the offensive rebound. But they can't keep trying to force that in there.
Sissoko, shot clock winding down, doesn't see it, and Ignite don't get the shot off. Shot clock violation. Whose responsibility is it there with the shot clock winding down to know that?
The team. Everybody should be yelling butter or money, but some type of term that everybody knows that the shot clock is low.
Hamilton pump fake, throws it off, and he'll throw down the alley-oop. Nicely done by the Lakers.
I thought that was great pick and roll execution. They really are putting Eric Mika in a tough position right now. Eric has to make the decision either to stop the ball or stop the roll, but he can't do both.
Jay Huff has been a force in the G League for the Lakers. His only issue has been foul trouble. Fouled out the game on Sunday, but he led the way with 24 points. He has been a factor every time he's on the floor.
Yeah, he has great size and also a great feel for the game.
This is Mojave King, and he knocks down his first shot from the outside. King, the 6'5" guard out of Australia. He's one of the prospects on this team who wants to hear his name called in the upcoming draft.
John, I'm a huge fan of Mojave. He plays great off the ball, on the ball. He has great size, and he's absolutely fearless.
You know, another thing that's great about Mojave King, he wants to learn.
Yes.
You can see him around the veterans just soaking up information pregame.
100%. He literally asked me about a different move that I taught John Jenkins. So I was on the court with my suit on, teaching him a move. But he brought me from the booth to the court. That's a great sign.
Sissoko getting downhill. Tried to hand it off to Mika. Poked out of bounds. 4 on the shot clock for Ignite.
You know, you talked about which player we should expect to have a great game. Sissoko had a phenomenal game the last outing against the Lakers. Hopefully he can do it again.
Mika short on his jumper. Christie with a rebound for the Lakers. Dangerous pass. Harrison pulling it down. Christie gets a running start. Man down. Throws it down. Hey, yo. Max Christie.
I love how Max ran through the pass. That's a term that these young players have to understand. Just don't wait for the pass to come to you. You can run through it.
And an illegal screen on Mika. So we've seen this consistently for Ignite. They're going through a 6-game losing streak. Early on, they compete. They've learned how to compete with teams. Now it's how do you figure out how to win in the fourth quarter? How do you get over the hump?
You know, as simple as this sounds, when a shooter is having a bad game shooting, he shoots. They just got to keep it going. They will get it, right? The wins on the scoreboard isn't the most important thing with Ignite. They're getting valuable experience, and those wins will come.
Hamilton thought about it. Six on the shot clock for the Lakers. Huff, pump fake. Cut off by Mika. Turnaround jumper, fadeaway. Tough shot.
Great recovery by Eric Mika. He fell for the pump fake, but he had great position to angle to make him take that tough shot.
Mika wants to go right back up, spinning in the paint. His fadeaway, and he'll be fouled. So Eric Mika, the 6'10 big man out of BYU, trying to make his way back into the NBA. He'll go to the free throw line when we come back from a quick break. Timeout on the floor. Ignite with a 1-point lead, 6:26 to play here in this first quarter. Tell Ignite they are going after the Lakers big man. Fouled out in their first game on Sunday. He's already picked up his second.
You know, that's great scouting. I'm sure Coach Hart and his staff identified that, and that's a huge component to get him in foul trouble early. That can really change the whole dynamics of the game.
Now Huff is going to stay on the floor with 2 fouls. Miles Simon, head coach for the Lakers, going to roll the dice. Hopefully doesn't pick up his third. Scottie Pippen Jr. onto the floor for the first time for the Lakers as well. Harrison will let it fly. Too strong. Rebound to Young.
I was a big fan of I am a big fan of Scottie Pippen Jr. when he was in college, and I love his game, I love his poise, and I love his confidence.
Young has the big man on and will bring him out away from the basket. Mika feels like he's got the mismatch. He's calling for it. Young will pull from deep. Mika with the follow slam.
As I just said before, the mismatch is on the offensive rebound and not necessarily the post-up. Fantastic job by Mr. Mika, the big 1-2.
A 7-2 run by Ignite right now as they open up a 5-point lead. Pippen getting downhill. His float game goes. Scottie Pippen Jr. had 22 points on Sunday. A lot of that came from the free throw line because he can get to the paint.
Man, he is a problem, and it's such a skilled trait to score the ball. Whether it's a field goal or a free throw, the points still count.
And look at, comes with the help, gets the steal for the Lakers. Oh, crossover, lost his man, and he's fouled. Pippen Jr. showing the moves here in the first quarter.
I coached a gentleman named Mike James. He is ripping up the European basketball, but his game is very similar to Mike James. He's not super big, but he plays with a big heart. He got a lot of game.
Scottie Pippen Jr. led the SEC in scoring when he was at Vanderbilt. A first-year pro here with the Lakers, shooting 1 free throw, good for 2. And he misses. I mean, free throws are huge in the G League with that rule.
Yes, sir, on both sides. So he typically makes them, but now that's a stolen possession by the Ignite.
Pujetter, the veteran, turned 39 this past week, on the floor with the ball in his hand. Pick and roll to Boogity. Another steal for Pippen Jr., his second. Running the break for the Lakers. Pippen Jr., the quick trigger, too strong.
So those are one of those possessions where Cameron Young, he contested the shot, but he allowed Pippen to get the rebound. We talk about learning how to win. That's exactly what Coach Hart is teaching these guys right now.
Pujetter. They know he's a veteran. He's supposed to be out here as the coach, but said, come on, I can still get it up and I can still get buckets with the best of them.
Yes, he can. That is my guy.
In the corner. That is Nate Pierre-Louis knocking down his first jumper. The 3-ball goes. Ignite's lead cut to 2.
That was Nate's first shot of the game. What a way to come in and knock it down.
Pierre-Louis like that energizer. He's going to dig in defensively as Miller knocks down his first 3-ball. Everybody's getting in on the scoring tonight.
Wow.
Crossover, Harrison, shot off the window, no good. Rebound to Young. Now, the past 2 games with Scoot Henderson out, they've had Leonard Miller running the point. Here he is on the block. It is blocked out of bounds. It was an experiment. He's 6'10", 6'11". He did that in high school. They want to show what he can do. But you can tell when you have guards like Pooh Jetta, their offense is a little different.
Yeah, Pooh brings a sense of poise and just a solid foundation to the offensive side of the ball. Everybody respects him, and he knows how to put the people in their right positions.
Babacar Sané will find Jeter in trouble and will be called for the travel. Wanted to dish it off on the help, but couldn't find anybody.
Sometimes as a point guard, you can be too unselfish, and that's exactly what happened.
Everybody fell asleep. Not Scottie Pippen Jr. gets an easy 2.
Man, Scottie Pippen Jr. got a lot of game. I'm a big fan of his.
Under 3 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Dawkins sets the feet. Pierre-Louis scanning the court, left alone, will decide to penetrate instead. A Boogity with the block. Dawkins doesn't have numbers. That's a Boogity. He's been working on that jump shot. Efe Aboogidi, the 6'10 forward out of Nigeria, he is stretching his game out.
You know, he shot that with so much confidence. He didn't hesitate. His speed was set, and he knocked it down.
Pippen. That's what he does. He just finds a crease and gets the defender on his hip and draws the foul.
And the one thing that I want all the fans to recognize is how under control he is as he takes that contact.
Second personal foul called against Pooh Jetta. A timeout on the floor. Ignite with a 6-point lead here early on. We will take a quick commercial break. Pippen Jr. at the free throw line when we come back.
Brings so much more to the game outside of his on-court ability. He brings confidence, and so he brings the ability for everybody to believe. And with him out, it's been a struggle.
Pippen nails the free throw, good for 2. He's got an early 6 points for the Lakers. Ignite with a 4-point lead as we approach 2 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Dawkins trying to get it inside. Instead, will reset to Jeter. And on the screen, defensively, Fabian White Jr., who just checked into the game, will be called for the reach-in.
You know, one thing I would love to see from Ignite is more pace and patience as they set their man up to come off of the screens. The offensive sets that Coach Harder are running is pretty good, but the players have to be more patient with it.
Miller! That is what we came to see. Leonard Miller throwing it down. Let's go.
It's amazing how long he is, man. I wonder what his wingspan is.
Christie, rise and shoot, knocks down the 3 with Miller's hand in his face. So Miller, everyone has been getting on him, especially the coaching staff. They want him to start dunking the ball more. He's been laying it up a lot. That was a good sign to see him taking it strong.
You know, what it tells me is he's coachable. It tells me that the coaching staff has showed him a lot of video, and now he gets the value of putting it down hard.
You know, the other thing, it shows people just how athletic he is. He can handle the ball. He's 6'10". He can bang and rebound. And now he's playing above the rim.
I tell you what, money and opportunity is attracted to value. He is showing how valuable he is right now.
Pippen Jr. slipping free again for 2 more. And a timeout, Jason Hart. Not happy defensively with Ignite's effort. Lead is down to 1. We will step aside. Pippen. Griffin alongside Ty Ellis. 1:07 to play here in this first quarter. It has been a good first quarter of action. You can see the confidence from Leonard Miller. He's just calling for the ball now. Dawkins rising up over his defender, knocks down the 2.
Great set after an ATO. Great execution. Great call by Coach Hart.
Under a minute to play here in the first. White on the floor. He got ran through trying to set a screen. They're going to tack that one on Efe Abugidi. That is his first. And that's something to keep an eye on. Excuse me, that was Leonard Miller. I apologize. Because Abugidi's a guy who's been getting in foul trouble. He had 5 fouls on Sunday, but that was on Miller.
Yeah, typically shot blockers, they tend to get in foul trouble, as he fouls right now.
But he did contest.
He did contest.
That was a nice job, as Abugidi does pick up his first. Because a lot of times we see guys go into the hole and they make business decisions. They're not trying to get dunked on.
You know, and like just like right here, right now, that could possibly have been an offensive foul because he was trying to block the shot and the gentleman went up under him.
So Christie converts the free throw, good for 2. The lead is back to 1 for Ignite. Sané with a defender on the floor, gets it to go. Ignite, they're shooting almost 70% from the floor here in this first quarter. They have been red hot. Shot clock turned off. Game clock's at 6. Pippen scanning the floor. Inside, Fabian White with the shot winding down. Blocked by Abugidi. And the shot won't go. A strong, impressive first quarter by Ignite. Coming on a 6-game losing streak. They're trying to end it tonight.
And Sané tries to make it at the other end. But the opinion of the referees is that he threw it into the stands forcefully, and by rule, that's an automatic ejection. Respectfully, I do not agree with that. I think he was trying to make it at the other end, and it went in the stands. I'm sure this will be a topic of discussion a little bit later on with the referees.
That is a tough one. So Babacar Sané has been ejected. A technical foul for throwing the ball forcefully into the stands when it appeared he was just trying to shoot it at his own bucket. And Ignite have a 2-point lead to start the second quarter. And for a team that already comes in shorthanded, you lose a big guy, another guard.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in that call. The referees, you know, you don't want them to affect the game, but a call like that, it definitely does.
Jeter takes a 3 and he'll make it. Who Jeter hit both of his shots from the floor. He's got 5 now. Buff trying to play pick and roll, throwing up to the big man, and we've seen that play before. That's the second time Huff has caught an alley-oop tonight.
You know, mostly it's because the guard is trailing the play, right? And they either have to switch it or the guard can't trail too easy because that's a lob every single time.
An illegal screen called against Aubrey Dawkins. So for Dawkins, that is his first personal.
Yeah, Aubrey is complaining to the referee, but that was the right call. Aubrey literally threw the defender out of the way.
Huff will hand off to Pippen, sets the screen. And Pippen will draw contact again and will go back to the free throw line.
The one thing Pippen does exceptionally is he understands the rules. When the defender has his hand out there, as we see in the video, he sees the hands and he throws his body into those hands. That's a foul 100% of the time.
Is there an art to drawing a foul? Because it seems like he's got it down pat. 100%.
The best players in the game, they understand the rules, and they use the rules for their advantage.
Pierre-Louis. A lot of players not happy with the way the game is officiated, but these officials have been calling it basically the same both ways. It's up to the players now to adjust.
You know, 100%, I think the officials are doing a really good job. I don't agree with that ejection, but besides that, they are doing a pretty good job.
A traveling called against Sidi Sissoko. So another turnover for Ignite. That is something that plagued them. 8th turnover already here in this early in the second quarter.
You know, it should be expected. These guys are young and they're learning the game. So these are the growing pains that they have to get better at.
Good rotation by Ignite. Pierre-Louis going to go one-on-one, throwing it up, trying to find his teammate in Pippen, and he traveled with it. Ignite, they were scrambling, they were helping, but they got the turnover.
The energy was there, and that's something to applaud. They could just stop and just let it go, but no, the energy is there, and that's how they get better.
So CD Sissoko now will run the point for Ignite. Sissoko is a 6'6" guard out of France. Leonard Miller with a shot clock at 5 will give it up to Mojave King. Penetrating, has his shot pinned, but they call a foul as King goes hard to the bucket.
Mojave does a fantastic job. Everybody knows he's a shooter, so they're closing out hard on him. He attacks the paint and draws the foul.
So they call the foul on Jay Huff. They actually changed one of his earlier fouls. So he still only has 2. The earlier foul that we thought was called on him was actually given to Shaq Harrison instead. He has 1. And King will rattle in the free throw, good for 2. Pippen, the no look and behind the back slam. Whoa, Jay Huff. That's his 3rd alley-oop he's caught tonight.
That particular pistol action is going to be open every single time unless they switch the guard-to-guard screen. And I'm sure Coach Hart and his staff will make the adjustment.
So back at him, Ignite come back, and Jay Huff has now picked up his 3rd personal foul. And Huff, he's going to have to take a seat on the bench with 3 now.
Great answer back by Ignite. They could have dropped their head off after the behind-the-back alley-oop dunk, but they got the ball out, and they kept their energy on the pedal and got Jay Huff his 3rd foul.
A 4-point lead for Ignite here in the second quarter. Harrison nails the 3 ball. For the Lakers, that's their 5th 3 of the game. Now they trail by 1.
The Lakers are doing the same play over and over. That play that they're doing is called pistol. And it's an easy play to defend, but the guys have to be on the same page.
They call a travel on CD Sissoko. Looked like a decent pump fake.
It did. I didn't see the shuffle of the feet if there were any, but it looked good from our end.
Pippen. How did he find Hamilton in the corner? Can't nail it. Harrison with the reset. There's Pippen with the dump off pass. He finds all the defense and an easy lay-in for Fabian White Jr.
Yeah, I'm finished talking about how good this kid is. So I'm gonna say it my last time. Pippen got game, and no more.
That shot did not hit the rim, so Miller's got to get it up. His 2nd attempt is up and in. Leonard Miller.
You know, we talked about competing. These young men are competing. I'm very impressed with Miller, Sissoko, Mojave. They are balanced. They are competing.
Miller. Oh, goes back door. They do find him on the tip. Shot clock's down at 7. Sissoko will put up a jumper short. Rebound to Harrison. Lakers trying to push the pace. White running the floor. He can't finish it off. A lot of contact. No call. Ball is tipped out of bounds by White. It'll stay with Ignite. 17 on the shot clock. Miles Simon, in his second year as a head coach, he's already got that veteran swag working the officials.
Yeah, you know, I thought he had a valid point. They called the same foul on Jay Huff, and he just let the referees know that we get that same energy.
Figueroa, he throws his hands up like, where's the call as his lane goes?
The one thing the players can't do, it's the coach's job to work the ref, not the player's job. Easier said than done.
Yeah, for sure. Lakers now take a 1-point lead. Sissoko, good pump fake, lost his man. Jumps are no good. Mika gets it to go, plus the foul.
The one thing Mika does exceptionally well, he has great size, great strength, and he does a good job of wedging out a rebounding area to be in position to get those type of rebounds.
He's such a calming presence for this team. Even in practice, you can tell because of his size, to your point, he gets the guys in position, he calls them out, and then he does all the dirty work for this team that they need.
100%. I coached him his rookie year in the G League, and he was an absolute pleasure to coach on and off the court.
Figueroa keeping his dribble alive will find Max Christie. His three no good. Mika tips it to himself for the board. This game's got a good flow to it here in the first half.
Yes, it does. Both teams are competing.
Step back three for Cam Young, and he is fouled by White. That means Young has earned a trip to the free throw line, shooting one, good for 3 points.
You know, as we see right here, Cam Young makes a really good move. He shoots the ball, and the defender has to give himself a chance to land.
So Ignite will be at the free throw line when we come back. A 1-point lead here, under 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. He's at the free throw line. He was just fouled. He will shoot one free throw, good for 3 points if he makes it.
Although Cam got fouled on that particular shot, those type of shots are not conducive to winning the game. So that 3-point shot will come later in the shot clock, and it'll be a more open shot.
Hamilton going hard. Runner doesn't go. Final 6 minutes here in this first half. What do you want to see out of tonight?
Just consistent energy on both ends. Offensively, execute the plays, move the ball, but defensive energy and communication.
Christie cut off by King. Will spin, turnaround jumper. Man, that was smooth.
That was really good defense, but a really good shot. If I'm on both sides as coaches, I'm applauding them.
Mika denied. That was Fabian White Jr. Now Lakers on the breakout. Harrison runs to his spot in the corner. Will find Kennedy from the wing. Mika, another rebound for Ignite. That is his 5th of the game. Jeter caught in the air. Shot clock winding down at 5. Jeter, the pull-up jumper, too strong. Dawkins skying for the board and puts it back. And Aubrey Dawkins is one of the most athletic players on the floor.
Yes, he does. We all know him as a really good shooter, but he's an elite athlete.
White can't find it from distance. Young trying to get to his left, scoop shot with his right. Mika, that is blocked by Harrison. King with the extra pass will let it go, no good. Tipped it up and in. Aubrey Dawkins with 2 yellow jerseys around him.
what a tip in by Mr. Dawkins. He didn't even jump high. He kind of tipped it up under, and it went in.
Ignite have opened up a 6-point lead over the Lakers. They are playing well, looking to close out this first half strong. Welcome back with 4:34 to play here in the second quarter. John Shriffen alongside Ty Ellis. Ignite doing a great job on the boards, out-rebounding the Lakers 21-13.
I think that's a key stat to why they are winning. They are crashing the boards, and it also keeps the Lakers from running out in transition.
Fabian White with a nice spin move gets to his weak hand and finishes. Fabian White Jr. out of Houston has provided the Lakers with some nice minutes off the bench.
Yes, he has.
Hamilton fighting hard to get over that screen. King penetrates, tipped around, and the Lakers with a steal. Kennedy left wide open.
Well, Kennedy usually makes those shots, so Ignite is they're getting very lucky with Kennedy missing these wide open shots.
Dawkins finds the rolling Miko. Looked like he was held by Christie, no call. 4-point lead for Ignite. Hamilton with contact rolls in and out.
Whenever Ignite slows down the pace and moves the ball from side to side, they typically get a good offensive possession. It's when they make the home run passes or the home run shots. That's when the Lakers can get on their 6-0 run.
4 on the shot clock for Pooh Jeter, throwing up to his big man. I don't even know how he saw him, but Pooh Jeter, the veteran, with the nice assist.
I think Pooh has those spider senses going on right now.
White cut off by Mika, still gets it to go off the glass. He throws his hands up. They're letting them play tonight. Everyone's got to play through the contact.
And stop whining. Goodness gracious.
Young. In and out from 3. Hamilton gets the runner to go. Bryce Hamilton starting to find it. That was his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, Cameron Young, he can't give up the middle that easy. He had perfect position to force him baseline.
Mojave King going up against Christie. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be 6 on the shot clock for Ignite. All right, Coach, what are you drawing up on the inbounds here with 6 seconds?
6 seconds, I'm doing a pick-to-picker action. Let me see. Pick-to-picker action for Miller.
All right, let's see what Ignite do. Jeter will inbound. Young driving and nails the mid-range jumper.
Or I would do exactly what Coach Hart did.
Under 2 minutes to play in this first half. Bryce Hamilton will find a wide open Pippen. No good. Miller tips it to himself for the rebound. The Lakers bench is actually outscoring their starters 29-21. Christie, Pippen, and White have provided some valuable minutes for the Lakers tonight. So Christie picks up his first personal as Leonard Miller will go to the line shooting 1 for 2.
You know, one reason the game is scoring is because the Ignite, they're not really valuing the ball right now. They have to do a better job of taking care of the ball and limiting their turnovers.
Ignite have cooled off. They were shooting almost 70% from the floor. Now it's still 50%. They're still doing well. Holding on to a 6-point lead. Pippen penetrating, rising up. I mean, his senses around the rim. He's only a rookie.
Man, he's doing the exact same thing that I saw him do in college. And the one thing Miles is doing, he's keeping it simple. He knows how good Pippen is. He does a simple angle screen, and he allows him to be himself.
Kennedy caught in the air. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Sissoko ahead of the pack. CD Sissoko flying in for 2 more. Under a minute to play in this first half. Ignite up by 6. Pippen throws it away. Sissoko with the steal. He's trying to get the home run past to Miller and just throws it too far.
Did he throw it in the stands? I'm saying, I don't know. Anyway.
If you're just joining us, Babacar Sané was ejected at the end of the first quarter. It looked like he was trying to throw it into the hoop at the other end of the court, a full leg pass, but they said he tried to throw it into the stands. Mika, whoa, he bumped Pippen like we're playing football, no call. You better bring your pads tonight.
Yeah. I thought the referees did a really good job of not buying into Pippen's, I won't say flop, it's such an aggressive. Theatrics, I love that word. I'm taking it.
Jeter, that's a 3, no good. Rebound to Kennedy. Shot clock is turned off. 18 seconds to play for the Lakers. What's the key here with this final possession?
Communicate. I'm assuming there's going to be a pick and roll. They have to talk and get through. Right now, Sissoko did not engage the ball.
Miller with the block. Marcus Graves trying to beat the horn. And he does. Welcome back, Marcus Graves, the new father. His baby Kaylee was recently born, and he beats the buzzer to end the first half.
That was definitely for baby K.
Ignite having 8 points.
Right, but this is another opportunity for somebody else to step up and galvanize this group for the W.
Both teams shooting nearly 50% from the floor in that first half. It was a very well-played first half. And to your point, Ty, the refs are going to let them play. They've got to be able to adjust.
Absolutely. Stop complaining and adjust and be great.
Harrison with the hold on the pick and roll. That's what was so effective for Ignite in that first half. Mika setting those high ball screens.
You know, even if Mika don't receive the ball, he creates action. The action of the shooter, or he puts himself in position to get the offensive rebound.
Young driving hard. They're going to say an offensive foul. Young pushed off with his offhand.
Yeah, that was a really good call. As you can see right here on the replay, Shaq gets himself in the right position. He pushes off. Easy call.
Figueroa left alone. You can see a lot of the Lakers have been complaining to the officials tonight. Miller protects the ball. Easy two.
Yeah, Miller wanted that ball. He saw the mismatch. He used his size and ability to get that easy basket.
And then on the other end, Miller with the rebound. He's had a strong performance. 8 points to go along with 8 rebounds. Now there's Miller short on that 3 attempt.
Yeah, he was short because he should have shot the first shot. He didn't have no balance and no power to get that shot.
Harrison finds some space, too strong on the 3. Lakers have missed their first few 3 attempts in this third quarter. A 10-point lead for Ignite, trying to end a 6-game losing streak. Mika showing off the moves, trying to get some space. And a tough finish.
You know, one thing he did right there, he used his pivots. Pivots create space and opportunities to score. Great patience by Mr. Eric Mika.
Huff, not going to miss it again. The big man, 7'1" out of Virginia, nails the three. And Huff has 9 now.
Huff is putting together a really good game.
Young with the runner. That was over the outstretched arm of Jay Huff. Figueroa blocked by Miller, gets it back, composes himself, and then finishes with the left.
Miller did a really good job of moving his feet and contesting the first shot, but the play doesn't end, young fella. Got to keep on going.
You can tell this is what Ignite wants to do offensively. They're going through their big man and making Mika make good decisions. Young with the jumper continues the hot shooting. Cameron Young leads all scorers. He's got 19 now.
Yeah, that was a really good move by Cameron. He looked like he had poise and balance on that shot.
Ignite with the steal. Young trying to lead the break. 2-on-2 on the breakout. Throwing it up for Miller. And now Ignite will reset. Extra pass. Sissoko from the wing. Count it. The three goes for Ignite. And they've opened up their largest lead of the game, up by 14. Figueroa back to his big man. Pump fake. Gets Sissoko. Oh, baby! Jay Huff, get out the way!
Really good timeout by Coach Hart. All of the Ignites close out. They're closing out in a split stance, which gives the offensive guy an automatic advantage to attack the paint. They
15 turnovers to 7 for the South Bay Lakers, yet they still have a 12-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, they're competing. This is a phenomenal game for Ignite, especially considering all the many players that are not present today. They're doing a really good job.
Now, this is an experiment with Miller bringing up the ball. Every time he does, guys are going to try to challenge him.
Rightfully so. Miller has to prove himself, and I think he's up for the challenge.
A Boogity from the corner, 3 too strong. Kennedy with the rebound. Running the break, 1-on-3. It doesn't matter. Devin Kennedy gets the and one.
Wow. We can see right here, Devin Kennedy is fearless. He sees the bigger man in front of him. He's not afraid. He puts his head down and makes a phenomenal and one.
Is that one of those shots as a coach where you're like, no. Oh, yeah.
You know what? Not necessarily that one, because he's putting the pressure on the referees to call a foul. And so I'm all about attacking the paint.
Despite the numbers, it doesn't matter.
For me.
Okay.
Every coach is different, but for me, yes.
Ball tipped out of bounds. They're going to say that was off Sissoko. Good defense by Bryce Hamilton forcing the turnover.
Yeah, I'm expecting a little bit more from Mr. Dawkins, considering his veteran status. I don't think that's a good possession, trying to force it into the post. It's so early in the shot clock.
Oh, Shaq Harrison goes up strong. He's rewarded. Will go to the line and try to convert a three-point play.
You know, one thing about the G League, the game is never over. There was a breakdown in communication, and Shaq sees the lane, and he attacks it.
I mean, it seemed like just a short while ago, Ignite were up by 14. It was that huge dunk by Jay Huff, and he's really sparked this run by the Lakers.
Yes, sir.
And Miller, a two-handed slam at the other end. Ever since guys are getting on him, he's starting to dunk everything now.
And that's a good thing, and that's part of his growth. Understanding his God-given abilities and why not use it?
A Boogity comes away with it in traffic. Under 7 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Sissoko throwing it down with two hands. Now, he is known as a passer, but there, he showed you he could get up.
And that's why he's here with the Ignite. He has unlimited potential, and he's shown it to us.
Whoa! Jay Huff. Get out the way. Whoa.
Talking about an answer back, he got dunked on one end. He took it personal and made a phenomenal dunk off the bounce. And one, big fella.
Huff has played really well in these two games against Ignite. He had 24 points on Sunday. Here he is going to the line to try to convert this three-point play. Free throw is good. Huff now with 14 points here in this third quarter.
You know, Huff reminds me of a player I coach, Luke Cornett. He's big, he can shoot, he's skilled, and it wouldn't surprise me if he winds up on the NBA roster by the end of this season.
Boogity trying to go at Huff. Now with Boogity's on the floor, and he's going to earn the jump ball.
Man, these guys are competing. This is great G League basketball. Both teams want it.
You know, talking to some of the guys before the game, telling me about just the guys like Marcus Graves. He was telling me how he played against Ignite last year. He knows the mentality of guys coming in here from other teams. They feel like Ignite is soft, like they have it easy, and guys try to challenge them. But Ignite had really risen to this challenge early on this season. They're playing with a ton of toughness.
100%, and also every team know that all the eyes are on Ignite. And so maybe if they have a good game against Ignite, that could spark a two-way contract with another team. That could spark a summer league opportunity. And so Ignite is playing every team's best every single night.
And let's be real, not all G League teams are created equal in terms of facilities and what they have at their exposure. Ignite, they have the best of the best. Where they live, where they play, how they travel. These guys have it great.
Well, when your owner is the NBA, typically those things happen. And so I'm not mad at all.
No, not mad at all. Dawkins. His two is too strong. Coming away is Kennedy. On the breakout, will lay it in. The lead was 14 and is now cut down to 4.
Typical G League basketball. The game is never over.
A 14-4 run by the Lakers. Where's the answer going to come from Ignite? Bobby King, contested three. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, they have to give easier shots. The miss isn't the problem. It's the shot selection that's putting them in that 16-4 run.
The Lakers are just playing with a ton of passion right now here in this third quarter, cutting the lead down to 2. King, turnaround jumper in the lane, no good. Huff battling with a Boogity, and a loose ball foul called against a Boogity. What a box out by Jay Huff.
Hey, Jay Huff is playing fearless. He typically is in foul trouble, but he's not letting that get in his mind. He's playing to win.
So a Boogity picks up his third personal. As Marcus Graves will check back in for Ignite. Missed the last few games after the birth of his daughter. He was in Sacramento. He said he was working out the whole time. It is good to see Marcus Graves back in the lineup, especially as a guard. They need more ball handlers.
Yeah, if I know Marcus Graves, he was definitely working out. There's a guy in Sacramento named Gus Armstead. He works out a lot of the players from the Sac area, and I know Gus had him going.
Jeter uses the screen, will let it fly from 3, no good. Harrison blocked by a Boogity, but they're going to say an offense. No, they're going to say a goaltend. Now Jason Hart is wondering on his bench, should he challenge that call?
I believe he should.
And he is
definitely
going to.
challenge
And
that.
he is going to challenge that call. It looked like it was on the way up.
Yep.
So we do have an official challenge. You may not know the lingo, so I got a feeling about it.
You know what? Thank you. My bad. You know, so as both teams were on fire in the first half. Now those shots, now people are starting to come down. This is going to be a game all the way down to the end.
So Graves now running the point. Ignite have missed their last 5 shots and a turnover. An offensive foul, an illegal screen called against Abougadi. And once again, Afe Abougadi in foul trouble. He's got his 4th personal now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this is part of his maturation. He has to continue to watch video and get better at this because he's too valuable on the team to get these kind of fouls.
And on the screen, a reaching foul is going to be called against Dawkins. For Dawkins, that's his 2nd personal foul.
You know, on all these staggers, these plays like this, as you can see, the Ignite is always a little bit late, right? And it's mostly because when they're on the weak side, they are out of stance and out of position. The weak side doesn't give you the right to rest and relax.
So Pippen missed his 2nd free throw. That's 4 points left on the table.
You know, in the words of Rasheed Wallace, the ball don't lie. And so, you know, there is some truth to that, Mr. Wallace.
Dawkins driving baseline, throws away the ball. Lakers on the breakout. Pippen running the break, finds Hamilton. 3 in transition, short.
You know, I'm not sure why Abougadi isn't rolling when he screens. He's popping for that 3, but if he rolls, it's his offensive rebound.
Pippen coming hard, and now Cameron Young was upset because Pippen came through protecting with the elbow up high, but they called that foul defensively on Young.
Well, the one thing Pippen does well, he keeps both hands on the ball, and he can move that ball, which creates contact. The difference between Cameron Young, earlier in the game, he cuffed the ball and he pushed off with his opposite hand. But if he used both hands, he'll get that same call.
Scottie Pippen Jr. uncharacteristically missing free throws tonight. That's his 3rd free throw he's missed. He has 3 of 6 from the line.
Oh, gotta finish your breakfast, young fella.
Graves got to look at the shot clock winding down. It's at 1. Jeter. And Graves keeps it alive. Gets all the way to the rim, and he will be fouled. Marcus Graves, the new father, had a great conversation before the game, and I talked about him. He said, you know, people always talk to me about what it means to be a father, and you don't really understand it until you have your first child. He said, I am so proud and I'm inspired. He said, nothing can get me in a bad mood. I'm just happy right now.
You know, the key word is inspired. You know, most players, they play because they're motivated, but when you become inspired, that's a different level of energy. And I'm glad to see Mr. Graves embrace fatherhood.
Congratulations to his girlfriend, Janessa, the new baby girl, Kaylee. Beautiful family. And a block is called in transition on Bryce Hamilton. Ignite holding on to a 2-point lead. As a coach, you always try to challenge your guys to figure out how you can inspire them, figure out ways to motivate them.
Yeah, you know, there's different times where motivation is key at the timeouts and at halftime, but then there's moments where you have to inspire. And a good coach, a good leader knows when to implement one of those attributes.
Two minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. Dawkins goes backdoor, tipped away, out of bounds. It'll stay with Ignite. 9 on the shot clock. Jeter looking for someone to inbound, finds Abougadi. Graves with a head of steam, kick out to Young. Shot clock set 2. Young with the heave.
Mr. Young has to be ready to shoot the first one. It was a driving kick opportunity. Get your feet ready, young fella, and shoot the ball.
Aaron Louise said, "You don't have to tell me to shoot." Holds up the follow-through, knocks down the three for Pierre Louis. That is his second three ball. He's got 6.
Simple basketball. Driving kick. He caught the ball with his feet ready to shoot, and he let it go.
Young in rhythm, missed that three. Dawkins with the offensive board. Battling with White on the floor. A Boogity stripped on his way up. Still on the floor. Lakers come away with it.
What a game. You can tell both teams wanted. They're on the floor. They're diving. Multiple lead changes. Fantastic game.
Kennedy. His three too strong as a Boogity pulls it down with 2 hands. For a Boogity, that is his 8th rebound of the game. Under a minute to play here in this third quarter. Young hounded by Pippen and a little too close. Pippen called for the reach-in. For Pippen, that's just his first. For Ignite, they have not made a field goal since nearly the 7-minute mark here in this third quarter.
Wow.
They've missed 9 straight from the floor. Dawkins, 10 straight misses for Ignite.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on. Where is the anxiety or the what's the mindset of the guys right now? I would recommend attack the paint, get to the free throw line, and break that seal that's around the rim.
Timeout Lakers. As Miles Simon wants to talk about his last possession here in this third quarter. We will come back 20. Final possession here in this third quarter. Shot clock. A 3-second differential between shot and game. Pippen, go! I didn't even know he had that in his game. Throwing it down. Mika at the horn beats the buzzer. 1.6 to play here in this third quarter. Kennedy. And the Lakers will end after 3, a 78-77 lead. Scottie Pippen Jr. Okay.
Yeah, first and foremost, that was a great move, great dunk by Scottie Pippen. But I'm more disappointed in the fact that he got a wide open lane off of a simple action. Ignite has to get better in order for them to win this game. But hats off to Mr. Pippen. He looked like his dad a little bit. Just a little bit.
This is going to be a fun fourth quarter. Lakers up by 1. Come on back.
in the game.
Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter here at the Dollar Loan Center. John Schriffen alongside Ty Ellis, coach for Team USA Basketball. Ty, you have coached so many of these guys. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, what do you want to see out of Ignite to try to end this 6-game losing streak?
I want to see consistency, poise, and patience on both ends. Consistency with the offense moving the ball from side to side. Poise and patience, not being so eager to take the first good shot, but search for that great shot. Defensively, communicate and compete.
Christie trying to split the defense and will throw it away. That is a nice job by Miller and Mika defending the pick and roll.
Yes. You got to be consistent with it. Doesn't take one time. Got to do it over and over again to get this W.
The 5 on the floor for Ignite. It's Mika, Miller, Dawkins, Sissoko, and Young starting this fourth quarter. Miller trying to go one-on-one on Christie. Oh, but they said he traveled with it first.
No, very seldom do you see two travels in any professional game. So, great job by the referees.
Pippen is bumped, and he's going to get back to where he does best at the free throw line. He just finds a knack for contact.
Like, as a coach, I see exactly what he did. Everybody watched the first step of Pippen's gather. His first step is into the defense. He draws the foul. I teach my players the first step is to create a foul or create space. He does a phenomenal job of understanding his angles and draws the foul every single time.
But he misses his 4th free throw of the game. He's left 8 points on the floor.
That is a killer. That is a game changer. And he typically shoots free throws pretty well.
3 of 7 from the free throw line. Sissoko with the Euro. That one is blocked by Fabian White. Pippen bumped. Lakers still have it. Largest lead of the game was Ignite up by 14. The Lakers came all the way back in that third quarter. Pierre Louis misses everything.
Pierre shoots I don't know if it's a knuckleball or a curveball, but the numbers say he's 2 for 3, and there's no complaints from Coach Miles.
Mika hounded by White, top of the key. Lowers his shoulder. The runner goes. Eric Mika, the tough finish with the defender all over him.
Hats off to Eric. He didn't get rushed. He took his time, used his pivots, and got to his sweet spot.
And now he is on defense, calling out the assignments, calling out the switches. But it doesn't matter. Pippen still a free lane to the bucket.
It doesn't matter only because Sissoko isn't down in position. He has to get his lead leg through the screen. Otherwise, Pippen is going to be open every single time.
Dawkins curling hard, laying it in. A nice finish by Aubrey Dawkins. But at the other end, Pippen cannot be stopped tonight. Scottie Pippen Jr.'s got 19, and he goes to the line.
You know, there was an old cartoon called The Road Runner, right? And every time he would go, he would say, beep, beep. So that's what I think of Pippen in transition. Beep, beep. He's so fast, he's so aggressive, and he finishes well with both hands.
Ignite had 3 guys back. Pippen was the only Laker coming down the floor, and it didn't matter.
And he is fearless. He has a unique ability to touch the paint, and he's so creative. And that's what separates him from a lot of different guards.
Scottie Pippen Jr. leads all scorers now. He's got 20 on the night to go along with 6 assists and 3 rebounds. Pierre Louis picked the pocket. Lakers on the breakout. Fabian White, as Mika thought his block was clean, but they call him for the foul.
I can't wait to see the replay. Mika felt very strong about that block being clean, and it was not. As much as I love the big 1-2, that was a foul, buddy.
I love working with a coach, Todd, because you keep it real.
Well,
I could tell if I played for you, you would keep it real 100% of the time.
100%. I would be doing my players a disservice if I wasn't honest with them. But they all know I love them, so.
White nails the free throw as the Lakers extend their lead to 4. This is what Ignite has really been the problem of the 6-game losing streak. They've been in all of these games, but come the fourth quarter, they haven't found a way to finish it off.
Well, and let's not forget, they are severely undermanned. And as the fourth quarter comes, they get tired, they get fatigued, and it's really hard.
Cameron Young says, I'm trying to end the losing streak tonight with that 3-ball.
You talked about, is that a no, yes, yes. That was a no, yes, yes shot. Great confidence by Mr. Young.
A 1-point lead for the Lakers. Miller spinning. He is raked across the arm and he'll be fouled. Shaq Harrison picks up his 3rd here.
We couldn't see on that angle if he got a ball, but I coach Shaquille Harrison, and I'm going to go with my player. So am I wrong? Am I right? I'm a little biased. Yes, I admit it. But nevertheless, the referee called a foul, and Miller made the basket.
So the free throw's good for Miller. He's got 15 points, 5 of 8 from the floor. Pippen Jr. His 3 is short. Jeter with the outlet, and Pippen is there like a cornerback, picking it off, sliding out of bounds. It'll stay with Ignite.
You know, Coach Hart talks about teaching these guys how to win, teaching these guys how to compete. And that's exactly what we're seeing before our eyes. The season is super early, way young, and I'm anticipating these guys getting it together as the season progresses.
That's something Pooh Jeter has talked about all season long, because this is his 2nd year with Ignite. He said, really the midway point of the season starts to click for the guys, and then come March, it's like graduation, and they're ready to go.
Yes, sir. I agree 100%. So we can't panic because these guys are growing and they're having these growing pains.
So Shaq Harrison picks up his 4th personal foul there. Both teams have made 7 threes tonight. Ignite with a 1-point lead. Mika looking for some help. He's found Miller. Miller going up against Hamilton. The fadeaway jumper, no good. Harrison pulling it down.
You know, there's a big misconception. If you catch the ball on the block, you have to go the old school, back the guy down. Hey, you can still open up and use your jabs. And that's the advantage Miller has in the post.
Jay Huff, quick spin move, another spin move, gets back to his right, and he is fouled. Huff, we have not seen on the floor in quite some time as he had foul trouble, but immediately his first touch, and he goes to the free throw line.
You know, talking about footwork, as we see right now, great footwork, great spin baseline, attack the baseline, defense commits, now he spins right back middle for the foul.
Rattles in the free throw, so Lakers retake the lead up by 1. Under 8 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. Who's going to step up for Ignite with Scoot Henderson out? He missed his 7th game tonight. We hope to have him back soon. Miller going hard, and he is fouled.
I'm really happy that Miller didn't settle for a contested 3. You know, he's attacking the paint. He's putting the pressure on the Lakers, for one, to stop them, but also on the referees to make that call.
I'll give a lot of credit to these referees. Early on, they were letting them play, but now in crunch time, they've kind of reeled in the game, and when guys are going hard and there's contact, they're calling those fouls.
And they're calling on both ends. And so that's the only thing we can ask for as fans of the game, and they're doing a really good job of that.
Jeter did a nice job of forcing Hamilton into the defense. Pippen trying to penetrate. Tough shot, no good. Miller pulls it down. two-man game with Jeter and Miller. They want to get the ISO on Miller. He's against Pippen. Has the mismatch, and he makes him pay. Leonard Miller, 6'11", going up against Pippen, who's just 6'1".
You know, Miller is playing like he's 6'11", too. He's not settling for the fadeaways or the bad shots. He's taking it to the basket.
Pippen got caught in no man's land and a loose ball foul called against Harrison. Coach, every time we've seen a guy jump to trying to make a pass, it's been a turnover tonight.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's Shaquille Harrison's 5th foul, which is a huge blow for the South Bay Lakers.
A timeout on the floor. Ignite with a 3-point lead, under 7 to play. You don't want to miss this finish. Come on back. It is crunch time. Under 7 minutes to play for Ignite. They have a 3-point lead and the ball. Leonard Miller has been going to work here in this fourth quarter. He has 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks. There he is now in the paint, and when he gets that close, you cannot stop it.
Hey, great execution, great play call by Coach Hart. The guys came out, executed perfectly.
Figueroa cutting back door, and he'll be fouled by Mojave King.
You know, one thing about that particular play, once Mojave understands the value of going vertical, and if he makes that shot, hats off to him, but let's go down to the other end. But a lot of guys can't finish once you go vertical. The numbers support that.
Figueroa missed the free throw. So Ignite, their lead still is up by 5. Miller's had the hot hand. Figueroa bumped, no call. Young stays with it. 4 on the shot clock. Get downhill, gets back to his right hand. Finishes over Huff. An 8-0 run for Ignite. Huff trying to answer, and he knocks down the 3.
They needed that very, very badly. The momentum is slowly shifting, and Huff knocks that shot down to stop that momentum.
It's amazing the swings in the G League.
Especially games like this, because both teams want it bad. And, you know, you just never know until the buzzer sounds.
A foul at midcourt by Pooh Jeter as the Lakers are on the breakout. Now, if you're Knight, that's actually a pretty good foul. That was an easy bucket for the Lakers.
Yeah, it definitely was. And most people if some people are wondering why that's not a take foul, it's only because Pooh Jeter was in front of him, and he actually tried to draw the charge.
He made a play on the ball.
Correct.
So Figueroa will go to the free throw line. Missed his first free throw the last trip, and he misses again. And now a lane violation on Figueroa, and he comes down hard. He is still down in pain.
You know, they're not shooting the ball well at all. Maybe a coaching move could the assistants maybe tell Coach Hart who's not shooting the ball well, and they could possibly go to the hacker shack.
So here's what happened at the end of that play. Figueroa comes down. Oh, he got hit in the face.
We hope that young man is okay. He's all right.
So Figueroa 0 for 2 from the free throw line. I mean, you think about the Lakers. 9 for 16 from the free throw line tonight, shooting 56%. How many points have they left out there?
And most of them were the first shot. It wasn't an and one. So they're leaving more than just 1 point on the scoreboard.
King is tripped. Attack that foul on Scottie Pippen Jr. So for Pippen, that is his second, the 5th on the team.
Once again, Mojave King is not settling for contested jump shots. He's attacking that paint, and typically good things happen.
King now misses the free throw. Lead is still 4 for Ignite. Figueroa, the runner, rolls in a tough shot. LJ Figueroa, he's in double figures with 10. A Boogity needs some help. Under 5 minutes to play, Sissoko has daylight. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Ignite.
You know, part of Boogity's maturation is he's a physical kid, which is fantastic. He's athletic, he's long, and he's strong. But what he has to understand the angles of setting screens. Every time he set the screen, the guy goes under. That's not a good screen. Your job is to create action as a big.
So a time. So they blew that whistle to adjust the shot clock. Let me make sure it was at 14. Soko looking for help. He'll find a Boogity mid-range jump that misses everything. Lakers down by 2. Penetrating, dish off behind the back. That's the signature dunk for Jay Huff.
Yeah, you know, the typically, as we said earlier, when you attack the paint, good things happen. Kennedy is a really good shooter. He didn't settle for that contested three, and he attacked the paint.
Miller shielding the defender, and they're going to call that one. It looked like it was on Huff on the help. For Jay Huff, that is his 4th personal. As Miller earns a trip to the line.
As we watch the replay, Miller did not settle, or he didn't hold up. Even though the screen wasn't set really good, he put his head down and attacked the paint. He's been doing that all night.
Really tell from that first dunk in that first quarter from Leonard Miller. He had a different attitude coming tonight, right? Like, he had a different toughness about him. He wants to prove people how tough and athletic he really is.
John, I agree 100%. Seems as if he's playing with more purpose based on the coaching that he has received.
Tough shot thrown up, hit the scoreboard, hit the shot clock, so out of bounds. The officials are going to have a conversation. And a nice job by Jeff Wooten to come over, bring the officials together, overrule the call. It'll stay with the Lakers.
Yeah, it's not about being right. It's about getting it right. That's exactly what they did. They came together and made the right call.
11 on the shot clock as Harrison will inbound for the Lakers. Spinning. And he has been on a mission tonight. They are clearing it out. They are letting him go to work. And now he draws another foul, goes back to the free throw line. For a Boogity, that is his 5th personal.
Yeah, a Boogity, he'll cover so much more ground if he drops his behind and get down low and stands. But he's trying to play standing up. And Jay Huff is a veteran. He knows the pivots. He knows the pump fakes. And that typically gets a Boogity in foul trouble.
Huff knocks down the free throw. He is now 23 points on the night. Soko runs over his defender, and they call a block. That's going to go against Shaq Harrison.
And that is Shaq's 6th foul, and that's when you want to try to have that challenge in your pocket. But the referee called it, and you got to go with it.
So Pierre-Louis will come in for Harrison, who just fouled out.
So typically, whenever one of my players foul out, I use the entire 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds, so I use that as a timeout. I would bring my guys over, draw up a play, because I get 30 seconds. So I'm always looking to try to find the way to get the advantage.
What would you have drawn up offensively here for this possession for the Lakers?
I would call an angle play for Pippen. They haven't stopped him from getting downhill. Any pick and roll with Pippen Jr. and Hub, good things happen.
Kennedy says, don't forget about me. His second three on the night, he's got 11.
Or you call a play for Kennedy. So
the Lakers on a 12-4 run. They retake the lead, but Cameron Young snatches it right back.
You know, that right there is a low analytical shot, but you have your outliers like Cameron Young. He feels comfortable taking that shot, and he's been very consistent.
Kennedy trying to get the big man poked away. Ignite with the steal. Miller shielding the ball. Dish off to Mika, but he ran over the defender. Offensive foul.
Although that was an offensive foul, let's look at how he got down there. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 6'11" kid dribbling down the court and made the right play, the right move. Now he just has to slow down his pace and understand his body.
Leonard Miller out of Canada was the 2022 BioSteel Canada Boys Player of the Year. He was just simply better than everybody in Canada. Now he's at this level, and he's learning how to use his athleticism.
Yeah, and we also see why he was the best boy or kid, young man, whatever, in Canada, because he has the ability, the size, the length, and he's starting to get that confidence. And that's when we'll see this young man in June walking across the stage.
So Sissoko picks up his fourth. As Figueroa goes to the line, Lakers trail by 1. This is one free throw good for 2. It will switch back to normal free throw rules under 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Another missed free throw. 10 of 18 on the night for the Lakers. Pierre-Louis trying to get it back. Figueroa rips it away and puts it in.
Not sure why Miller was trying to get up and dribble the ball. You find your teammate or call a timeout. But that's a young mistake that he will get better at.
An offensive foul. Miller, another charge. And he just picked up his 5th. So with 5 personal fouls, Leonard Miller, who had the hot hand, will have to take a seat as Dawkins comes back in. These are kind of the little things you were talking about earlier, just learning how to win, having to take advantage of each possession.
Yeah, you know, that's really important. As opposed to Miller coming out and being upset that he's out, he should come out and want that coaching so he can go back in and help his team win the game.
Kennedy just flips it up behind his back. He is bailed out. Crowd does not like the call. He couldn't even see the basket.
Yeah, whether he sees the basket or not, the rules say you can't go vertical A to B, and what that means is he's jumping in the air, impeding his progress in the air. That was the right call. You know, it's part of the Ignite's maturation and growth in knowing and learning the rules.
Foul is called on Stevie Sissoko. That is his 5th personal. Two minutes to play in the ball game. Lakers have won 6 in a row. Ignite have lost 6 in a row. Young curling, throws it up, and he'll be fouled by Huff. And for Jay Huff, that is his 5th personal foul now.
Yeah, that was the same exact call. I mean, Cameron Young, he turns the corner. Huff did not go vertical. He impeded his progress, and the referees called the exact same call for Team Ignite.
So under 2 minutes, Young will shoot 2 free throws. This is the first.
I wonder if the mindset is different knowing that you have 2 free throws. You've been shooting one all game. Now do you relax a little bit? Do you miss that first one? I don't know what the mindset of the players.
Lakers slowing the game down here with a 2-point lead. Couldn't make up his mind, and he traveled with it.
That was such a great defensive possession. The fans can't see it from our view, but Ignite, they talked, they communicated, and they kept the ball in front of them.
Who do you go to here if you're Ignite down by 2, a minute and a half to play?
I love Sissoko or Young getting the ball. Great call.
Off the ball, Pierre-Louis called for the foul, and that's going to send Young back to the free throw line.
Yeah, great play by Young. He felt the defender hold him, and what word did you use? He was theatrical and showing the referees that he's holding him, and it paid off, and he got the 2 free throws. I'm telling you, man, I'm taking that word with me.
You can have it.
'Cause I don't want to use flop. People they're so sensitive.
It's a big moment in the season for Ignite. Without your star, Scoot Henderson, can you end the 6-game losing streak all tied at 103?
Man, this win would be so huge for them, because just imagine when Scoot comes back very, very quickly. Not only Scoot's coming back, but John Jenkins will play his first game this Sunday. So these guys are building momentum to go strong into the showcase and show what they can do.
Pippen gives Lakers a 2-point lead. Young trying to work against Pierre-Louis. Jeter finds some space. Got it for 3. It's good. Pooh Jeter.
In the words of Chris Tucker, that's my dog. I don't know if you guys know, I played with Pooh in Spain, and for him to be the older statesman to knock that shot down, I'm so happy for my brother.
And that is the 6th personal foul on Jay Huff. Trying to box out, he hooked Eric Mika, and now Mika will go to the line. What a turnaround for Ignite.
Yeah, this is G League basketball, man. So exciting.
Timeout on the floor. We are going to stay here, 106-105.
Out one of their best players, or the best player on the team.
So Mika converts. It is a 4-point play. Ignite up by 2. Pippen puts on the brakes, lays it in. He wanted the and one. They didn't give it to him. Game's tied at 107. Pippen Jr., he's got 24. Mika protects the ball. They're going to put it in the hands of Sissoko. Crossover, gets into the lane. Pump fake, contact, no call. Lakers come away. Shot clock turned off. Pippen stripped out of bounds. Lakers ball, 17.2 to play.
As you said earlier, the referees are letting them play. I want to see what great sub by Coach Hart, getting in a bigger Mojave King. And now you get one stop, go to overtime, and get this W.
If you're the Lakers, shot clock's turned off. At what point in the game clock do you start to go?
6. I go at 6. I do a high pick and roll with Pippen Jr. right now. As we see, I'll flatten everything out. Go at 6.
Here we go. It's at 6. Pippen Jr. ready to go. All tied at 107. Got some space. Puts it up. And we are going to overtime. Free basketball here at the Dollar Loan Center. I'm with it.
Yep.
Free basketball.
our job. Offense takes care of itself, but the game is won on the defensive end.
We will start with a jump ball here in overtime. And the tip is won by the Lakers. Fabian White Jr. wins the tip. First team to 114 will win it. Figueroa on the drive, no good. Mika the board, all right? Tie, there you go. Ignite gets the stop.
There we go. If we get 3 to 4 stops, couple baskets, let's go home with the dub.
Soka will set the screen, a double screen for Jeter. Back to Mika in the post. Oh, they had the play drawn up, couldn't finish.
Yeah, Mika was off balance. He didn't know whether the weak side was there. But if he gathered himself, he's too strong not to finish with the M1.
Bodies on the floor, no call. They're letting them play.
That's your second stop in a row. Hats off to the Ignite for taking the defensive side way more serious than before.
Jeter, that's a deep 2. It rattles out. Bryce Hamilton with 2 defenders. Bodies down, no call. White, and he traveled with it.
You know, that particular defensive possession, both the young men, Sissoko and Miller, they were vertical. As you see right now, they go vertical and they do not call a foul. Good job by the referees of not bailing them out and putting them on the line.
I feel like we're at the park. No blood, no call.
I love it.
Ignite have started off this overtime with 3 stops defensively, and now Mika will draw the foul on Fabian White Jr.
Great play call by Coach Hart. The jump shots aren't falling. He get the ball inside to the big man right at the basket, and they trusted him to either get the basket or the free throw.
So Mika makes the first, which means Ignite 6 points away from winning it. And he knocks them both down. You know, I'm loving this target score. It is exciting. We're going to have a dramatic finish.
You know what, man? I agree. Like, every possession matters right now.
Hamilton, he is fouled by Mika. Is this something that we could potentially see in the NBA?
No. I don't want to be political or not. No, it's not going to happen.
That's like that 100% certainty.
100%. No. And we would never see the one free throw in the NBA either.
I don't mind quicker games, though.
Yeah, but there's too many stats and too many scores, you know, that would be affected, records rather, that would be affected by that particular rule.
So Hamilton knocks them both down, tying the game back at 109. First team to 114 will win in overtime. And an offensive foul.
Yep.
Illegal screen on Mika.
Easy call by Mika. He moved as the offensive guy was going, and whether either the ball handler has to be patient and wait for Mika to pop his feet, or Mika just have to be still and let Poole use him.
And an offensive foul on Kennedy. So that is just his first personal foul, but on Mika, on that illegal screen at the other end, he picked up his 5th personal.
You know, what happened was Ignite was in the top lock position. Top lock meaning he's playing the defender on the top side, and then the offensive guy just ran right through him. Great defensive possession and mindset in getting that
C out of Ignite here.
Execution. You know, that's the biggest thing. I think that the mismatch is on the inside with Miller or Mika, and I would love to see the ball go in.
There's Mika popping.
Post up.
Jeter, a three, rattles in.
You know
They called that a 2, excuse me.
Okay.
So the Ignite are 3 points away from winning.
The one thing about this particular target score, there's no time. So however long it takes to get to score 7 points.
Bryce Hamilton called with a travel. Ignite, they're getting the stops, Ty, you were looking for.
Yeah, they are. And now that you get 1-3 and the game is over, good night and let's go.
Sissoko leans in, his shot is short. Mika keeps it alive. Jeter will back it out, 10 on the shot clock. A 3 will win it for Ignite. Jeter for the win! This is getting fun.
It is exciting. It's very exciting.
Pippen banging, and he draws the contact. Even though it looked like he may have initiated it there, he's the guy who drew the whistle.
You know, I'm eager to see the replay. I want to see if he went vertical. If he goes vertical. Wow. Great job by Pippen Jr.
He sold out.
Selling the call.
What's the word?
Theatrical. He was very theatrical in that possession. But you know, hats off to him for knowing what will get the call. And that's part of being a professional.
And it was the 6th personal foul on Sissoko. So C.D. Sissoko has fouled out.
And so we go back to the challenge. Coach Hart had to use the challenge on the obvious goaltending, but he would love to have that challenge now so he can use it to protect his players.
Pippen Jr. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He is 5 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. Target score is 114. Ignite can win it with a 3. Miller probing, dish off, Mika, and he is fouled.
You know, I was hoping Mika got it up a little bit quicker, but I am happy that they're not trying to get the home run play. Get to the paint, get an easy 2, and get 1 stop, and do what you do.
5th personal ball game here in Henderson, Nevada. This is the 2nd game in this 2-game series. The Lakers won the first game on Sunday. Ignite trying to split, get the win tonight here in overtime. Mika makes the first.
Mika should make the free throw with a lot of confidence. I see you, big fella.
Got so quiet. And he rattles in the second. Eric Mika, 18 points, 11 rebounds. He's flirting with a triple-double. He's got 7 assists.
Wow.
Lakers, they need a bucket bad. Kennedy for 3. Miller tipped it up underneath the backboard. It'll be out of bounds, Lakers ball.
I'm really disappointed that Kennedy got the 3 off in the first play. I think the awareness, the defensive awareness and position should be at an all-time high. They need a 3 and run the shooter off the line.
Target score is 114. Even if Ignite gives up a bucket, they're good. That's fine. They gave up the 3. Now, next bucket wins.
Yeah, you know, this is what Coach Hart is talking about, teaching the guys how to win. If you know he's shooting a 3, it's so easy to defend. You just have to lock and trail. Again, Young, he gave on a Tuesday night, great G League basketball. Let's go.
This is phenomenal. So off the timeout, Ignite will advance the ball. Young, Mika, Jeter, Miller, and Dawkins the 5 on the floor. Jeter will use the screen from Mika. Now we'll hand off to Dawkins. Shot clock's at 10 for Ignite. Next bucket wins. Who's going to be the hero? Wait a minute. They said a shot clock violation. The clock was not reset properly. The shot clock should have been reset to 14. It was reset to 24. But if you're the players on the court and you're looking up at the clock, how can you fault them and call a shot clock violation?
100%. They should redo it, put 14 on the clock. Otherwise, they would have shot the ball.
The officials have to catch that in the middle of the possession. You cannot wait to call a shot clock violation there.
100%. That's a really big mistake by the officials.
Lakers, chance to win it. Pippen, next bucket wins, throws it up. Game over! Scottie Pippen Jr. wins it for the Lakers. And that's a tough way to end it. The Lakers have won 7 in a row. The Ignite, they fall 115.